Yo, it's just some guys MMA here. I'm here with my friends Lewis and Seb MMA, and we're just gonna be breaking down the whole card for UFC 327. So starting with it, we got Charles Ratiki versus Francisco Prado. Can't lie, give me Ratiki to win. I just think he's more experienced. I don't really think Prado is that good. I've seen him in the UFC, and I don't even think he's won a fight. Isn't he like 1-3 in the UFC?
Something like that, yeah. And plus, Radke's only really lost to like rank level guys. He's got a loss to Mike Malott and Procházka in the UFC. Definitely give us Radke by probably TKO in the first 2 rounds.
I think you've said
I'll,
you
I'd
said
probably
Lewis.
go on.
You've said everything I can say. I don't think I could put it any better than that. Probably just not.
Yeah.
He the style doesn't work for him. I think he just gets knocked out as well.
No, I can't lie. I'd probably take Charles by decision, yeah. Not gonna lie, that's what I would take, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really got nothing more to say on that fight. I want to chat about the next fight because Chris Padilla, that's a real general, man. I can't lie. I'm gonna take Chris Padilla to win that all day. Hopefully gets another finish, and after that, hopefully a ranked opponent because he's a serious prospect in the UFC right now, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on him, man.
So
Yeah, I think Chris Peter, he's going to piece him up on the feet. He's going to rock him. If he wants to take it to the ground, he can take it to the ground and choke him out. But I reckon he'll get a knockout or he'll cut him up with an elbow. It will definitely finish the fight. And after that, I think they should feed Bobby Green to him. And Chris Peter needs to execute Bobby Green, make him retire.
Padilha's obviously won 4 fights in the UFC and he's finished 3 of them. His only fight he couldn't finish was Jai Herbert, but yeah, I can see Padilha getting a finish here pretty easily, getting a ranked opponent after that.
Yeah, but that Markul hasn't lost in UFC. I'm pretty sure it's 3-0 and 4-0 if you include his contender series. So he's not a bad opponent. Obviously, one loss in his whole pro career. It could be a decent fight. I mean, this could be another fight that goes decision. Might be a step up in competition, but I highly doubt it. I mean, his win over Bonfim was pretty impressive to me. Can't
Yeah.
lie. So yeah, I guess we're all on the same side for that. We're definitely back in Chris Padilla, man, 100%. So moving on. I think we have Tatiana Suarez next, but I don't think that's actually the layout. Let me just switch it to this one. Yeah, this would be the next fight. So we got Gastelum versus Luke now. This is a weird one, man. I mean, what, two veterans? I don't know. This is kind of a pick on fight for me, man. Like, does Luke have another win in him, or is Gastelum just fully washed? Like, it's hard, man. I don't know. Maybe Gastelum by decision, innit? Potentially.
For me, since he got knocked out by Jeff Neal, Luke has been an absolute shell of himself. He's only got wins over RDA and Temba Garimbo, which RDA is over the hill and Garimbo's not very good. Plus, losing by sub, obviously, to Kevin Holland as early as he did. Losing to Joaquin Buckley, who he's not very technically good. You've got Gastelum, who is technically good. He's a bigger fighter, and it's I think it's Luke. It might have been. I don't know if he's fought middleweight before, but if it is his middleweight debut, I'm picking Gastelum to finish him early, and Gastelum hopefully gets himself back on track. But Kelvin's prone to not doing that, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think, especially with the fact that Kevin Gastelum's a southpaw as well, I think he'll just take the outside angle and then on the feet. But I don't know. I could see Luke take it to the ground and he could sub him, but I don't think that happens. I just think that just because the stance match up as well. I've seen Vincent; he doesn't do well against southpaws. Can't remember who it was that he fought, but I think Kevin just takes the outside angle and pieces him off on the feet. That's just my opinion on that fight.
I don't know, man. Didn't Luke fight Joe Alvarez last?
Yeah.
And he went decision with him. How?
Alvarez got robbed of a finish though. There, if you rewatch that fight, Luke claimed it was a illegal strike, but it was a clean knee that he like stopped fighting over. It looked like a foul
So
at
it
first,
should
but
have
then you
been a
watch it back and it's
TKO.
clean.
Yeah, I don't know for that one, man. Part of me would edge for another decision. I don't think we're gonna see a finish in that. I'd probably prefer Padilla to get a finish
Yeah.
in the first 3 fights than this fight. This fight might just be a snooze fest in general.
Yeah.
But they're both old and they're both kind of on their way out. I mean, Luke needs to win here more than Gastelum, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Who knows for that fight? I just reckon a decision again. But yeah, moving on from that, got Tatiana Suarez versus Lupi, and I can't lie. Oh, I would take Tatiana Suarez, but I can't. Her and Patchy Mix are washed, bro. They're so washed. I don't even care if Tatiana's lost once. She had her moment. I swear down. I really, really believed she was gonna become champion. I thought her
Yep.
story and everything made sense. I was like, oh, she beat cancer, blah blah blah, and then she's gonna fight for the belt. No, bro, that was the most awful, awful championship fight I've seen women's wise. Anyway, that was bad. Like I didn't think she was gonna underperform like that, but damn. Her and her husband are on par by
Shit.
the looks of it, man.
Well, for me, don't get us wrong, Tatiana isn't as good as we thought. I remember when she was getting called the female Khabib and stuff before she fought Whaley. But for me, Lupi's been taken down by Mackenzie Dern. She's been taken down by Janjiroba. Suarez, unless you Zhang Weili mauls you, I'm picking Suarez by a dominant decision, 30-27, all groundwork.
Okay. What about you, Seb?
Yeah, I mean, don't even comment on women's MMA. No disrespect to her. I just don't watch it enough. I don't. Just chatting shit about women's MMA. No, I think that Tatiana's going to get like 3 rounds of ground control. It's going to be an absolutely boring fight, but you know, that's usual.
Yeah, I agree. If Lupi can keep it on her feet, then she has a chance. But other than that, yeah, it probably will just be her grappling match for Tatiana Suarez, isn't it?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think they're both shit though.
So I guess we all agree with that. Let's move on. Got Kevin Holland versus Rude Boy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Kevin Holland's a hit and miss fighter, bro. It's a weird one. It's like, can he get it done? Can he not? But in reality, he doesn't win this fight on paper, in my eyes anyway. I think Randy Brown's definitely got a massive power advantage. And I don't know. I don't know. Can Kevin Holland somehow pull off a sub? In the back of my mind, no. I think he does take another finish loss. What do you guys reckon?
For me, this fight, from even though Holland does have the ability to just pull a sub out of nowhere, I think this is a finish on the feet for either guy. Brown, yes, he does hit harder, but Dalby knocked him down before Brown come back and finish him, and Bombfirm finished Brown by finish, obviously in the first round last time they fought. Last time he fought. Holland chin isn't nearly as good as it used to be, and he also has the power to crack back. So for me, if I had to put my money on it, I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland by finish in the second half of the fight, but it could go either way.
Yeah, I think Randy's just he's much more technical than Kevin in the way he strikes. He's got good clean striking, but I think Kevin's he's so chaotic, and that he can just pull a finish out of nowhere. I think he's just going to be chatting shit the whole time. If the another thing you have to consider as well, if the crowd's behind Kevin Holland, he does really well. But if the crowd's booing him, he'll just underperform. And he said he's
I
got bad
agree.
anxiety. If the crowd is booing him, it gets into his head, it affects him, and he just mess up the whole fight. But I reckon Kevin Holland's got it this time. I think he's never been one. He's always said he just wants to fight for money. He wants to fight as much as he can, and I reckon he does. I reckon he gets a finish on this, but I don't think it goes to the ground. And I think both of them get a finish, but I'd have to say Kevin Holland as well.
Okay, nah. I don't know, man. Kevin Holland's like 3-2 in his last five, and what? He lost to Mike Mallow, got subbed by the Ridder, and I can't think of the last loss off the top of my head, but it was a decision. Wasn't it Daniel Rodriguez? And that fight
Yeah,
was
D-Rod.
awful. I don't know how he ended up losing that. He should have won that fight, and then he just ended up. But I think D-Rod gets on top of him and just managed to secure round 3.
Yeah, Kevin
Holland
Holland could
throws
do
it
that.
away. He throws it
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, Kevin Holland could do that. Goes into
Yeah,
thinking going to win, and then just throws it out the window, does nothing that he should, and just absolutely loses the fight. But
abandons the game plan. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hit or miss fight there, but yeah, I guess I could back with the side of Kevin, but in the back of my mind, I'd probably do fancy Randy Brown to finish Kevin Holland. But yeah, we'll move on to the next fight. We've got Gamrot versus Ribovic, and obviously Ribovic is a very exciting prospect. His head kick on Terence McKinney was nuts. I remember watching that live. Yeah, like when I watched that, that shocked me still, and I'm pretty sure that was only just making his name for himself properly. Obviously, Gamrot is an elite fighter, but it's questionable. It's questionable, man. Like I've never been a massive fan of Gamrot, yeah? Like, I've never been the biggest of fan of him, but I have to give him credit where it's due, and he is a very good fighter. But Rubovic is the younger fighter, more exciting. Like, what do you guys think about this fight? Because I couldn't really pick a winner for this right now.
For me, Gamrot's he is coming off the Charles fight, isn't he? That was his last fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But then he lost to Dan Hooker as well.
Yeah, so that Hooker fight was super close. Obviously, he got ran through by Charles. I think he's gonna come in with a chip on his shoulder, wanting to, take a Ribovic's hype, because obviously Ribovic is coming off of 3 potential fight of the year contenders, not out of the contender over McKinney before that. But for me, I can't remember the name of the guy, but it was on the Jones Gone card. Ribovic got taken down like 10 plus times by a guy in a 3-round fight. I think the demons in the closet will come back for Ribovic, yeah, and I've got Gamrot similar to Suarez by just smudging him. Gamrot won't get a finish because I don't think he's got it in him to finish a guy, but this is the fight where he could potentially do it.
100%. I think Gamrot's got good cardio and his wrestling is relentless. And I think just because Ribovic, he coming forward, pressure, he's such an aggressive striker. I think Gamrot's going to find a takedown. I think I agree with what you said. He's going to get taken down. And if Gamrot, I think I'll pick Gamrot, but he has to use his wrestling. He has to keep it on the ground. If he doesn't, then I think we could see a knockout from Ribovic or just a decision by him.
Yeah, no, it probably will be on the ground majority of the fight. Yeah, I do see Gamrot probably winning 2 rounds easily. So yeah, I'll give that to Gamrot. I guess we can all agree on Gamrot for that fight.
Gamrot will get dropped though. He will get dropped because it's the Gamrot way to get dropped and then come back and win a robbery decision.
Potentially. But moving on, we got Cub Swanson versus Nate the Train. Kyle, I'm pretty sure this is Cub Swanson's retirement fight, so keep that in mind. Makes the aspect a bit differently. Like, we did just see someone have a sail into the sunset retirement. Michael Chaser, yeah, he got his little video played, got a finish. That's the perfect way to finish your UFC career. Only one person has successfully won and rode off into the sunset and had a good retirement, and that was Robbie Lawler. He's had the best retirement in UFC history. No one else has had a better one. But
Yeah.
Michael Chaser is now up there. Like, his was decent. He got thrown someone that he's easily gonna beat. Like, that was the easiest win ever for him. Like, they just threw him Nico Price, but I don't think that's who he was meant to be fighting. That was a short notice replacement, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But taking that away, can Cub Swanson beat Nate the Train? I mean, he can beat him, but at the same time, oof, I don't know, man. Bro, this whole card is full of big name fighters with higher stakes, basically, and I don't know, Cub Swanson to get a victory in his retirement fight. I mean, yeah, I'd ride with Cobb to get it done still. I'd ride with him to get it done. What do you guys reckon?
My thing with this is less on the momentum of Cub and what this fight means to him, and more on the momentum of Nate, where Nate is coming off 2 third-round KO losses, where it was a very chaotic fight, but he's been outdone and finished. Cub has the power to bang. I think if Nate wants to do that, I think he will get finished again. I think Cub does get a sail off into the sunset retirement. I'm picking Cub Swanson by finish.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely still got it. I think a lot of people are doubting him. He's still got it. Nate, he doesn't care about defense, which is why he got finished in his last 2 fights. His defense isn't really up there. I think Swanson's still got it, and I think, agreeing with what you said, he's going to finish him, and he's going to get a nice retirement.
Yeah, no, see, yeah, I reckon Cobb can get it done, because even though his loss, not his last fight, 'cause he won his last fight, but the loss before against Andre Fili, that was a very close match in my opinion. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that was a good fight, man. And Andre Fili has still got it. Like, even though he lost his last fight, that was competitive against
Very
Delgado.
close,
Like,
yeah.
that was very, like, it could have went either way. He slightly did get robbed, because I thought
he would.
I thought he did enough to win that fight, same way Nathaniel Wood did. He was landing the takedowns at the right time, securing them at the end of the round a bit late and that, and it just, I don't know, it was, I don't know. I feel like he did maybe get robbed, but obviously the momentum's behind Delgado. They obviously want to push him. So, Who knows? But yeah, I'll take Cub Swanson for that fight, man, all day. So yeah, moving on. Here we got Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. Now, I will say one thing about this fight. I'm excited to see what Aaron Pico can apparently do because we all know Bellator fighters don't do well when they come to the UFC. There's a rare one or two that have done good. Other than that, it's a myth, yeah? He got flatlined by a spinning elbow by Lerone Murphy on his debut. I mean, that doesn't age well, yeah? But the guy is still good, apparently. I've watched his highlights. I've seen it. Yeah, he looks good. I mean, 13-5 record. He's lost a few, but this, bro, this fight right here is a Bellator main event. That's the truth. That's
And
the
it's on
truth.
the
It's a Bellator
prelims.
main event. So these two are, in reality, on par with each other. Like, very, like, skill-wise, they are literally at the same level. So, again, I'd say this is a pick-on fight, but if I had to edge towards someone, I would probably take Pitbull. And I mean, if I was Pitbull, I'd be kind of mad right now. You just had Cater miss weight, so he should have fought ages ago. He should have fought Cater. It shouldn't have been Nathaniel Wood, you know. So when you put that into consideration, because Cater missed weight, he didn't fight. Like, he should have fought ages ago. He's been waiting. It's probably gonna be an angry man in that ring. I reckon he can get it done. But then Aaron Pico coming off a knockout loss in his UFC debut, he should have the energy to get it done, but I don't know. I don't know. It could be fireworks. Who knows?
For me, especially at this point in his career, Pitbull is so like grizzled and like veteranized now to the point where he doesn't really do much. Like you can tell he's took a lot of damage in his fight with Yaya Rodriguez in his debut. He kind of just stood around and let Yaya kick him, and then when he fought Dan Ige, he more or less just slightly outpointed Ige and dropped him in moments. Compare that to Pico, who, even though it was a 4.5-minute fight, Pico was winning 4 minutes of that fight up until he got overzealous and ran into Murphy, which Murphy said afterwards, you can't pressure high-level fighters like that, which you can't, and it's shot Murphy up there. But I've heard of multiple people and seen it myself. Aaron Pico has two highlights in his career. He either gets a highlight reel kill or he is highlight reeled. And for me, I'm picking Pitbull to highlight reel Pico again. I don't think Pico's all that. I think he's got good pressure, but does he deal well with pressure? I don't think so. I think Pitbull gets him out of there.
Yeah, I think as well, just based off him coming out that knockout, a knockout that bad in his debut, he's going to come in there with a chip on his shoulder and think, well, he doesn't want that to be like people's view of him as being this guy who's just got knocked out by Lerone Murphy and he's just coming from Bellator. He's a rubbish fighter now. I think he's just going to come out there, try and make it a bit of a war, pressure. And I think Pitbull's just he's such a veteran. He knows how to deal with those things. He's not going to do loads. He's not going to, I don't think it's going to be a proper war. And I think he just outstrikes him. And then that's decision for Pitbull. That's what I would say.
Well, let me add that the age is obviously on Pico's side. He's like, what, 9 years younger. And also, I do see Pico landing a few takedowns on Pitbull and maybe keeping the fight on the ground for a bit. So, to be honest, his path to victory is maybe stronger than Pitbull's. So, I'm probably going to take Pico for this fight. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I probably will take Pico for this fight. But yeah, moving on. We got Azamat versus Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa moving up to light heavyweight for the first time. This is interesting. This is an interesting fight for me, yeah, because Paulo Costa's last fight was like slightly vintage Paulo Costa against Kopolov, yeah. That was a good fight. Have you watched it? He just looked like he was himself again. He was throwing his kick. He would just look good. He just looked good. But obviously he's fighting a kickboxer, so it was like one of them ones where it's like he could do that. But now moving up a weight, the power difference and that, I don't know, man. This guy scares me. This Mirza kind of scares me. I can't lie, bro. This guy is a problem. People are actually sleeping on him. I don't feel like he's getting the hype he needs. What do you lot reckon?
For me, I didn't rate Mirza Kornov. I get he's undefeated. I didn't rate him until I watched the Aspinall Gone card live. And I was telling everybody all week, Rakic is gonna get him. Rakic is elite. Rakic.
Nah,
Jiri,
man.
Jiri
Nah, I had him
Procházka,
to win that.
Rakic put Procházka through hell. He had a close fight with Ankalaev, and then Mirzakhanov goes out there and literally jab kills him. I'm done doubting Mirzakhanov anymore, especially against Costa, who realistically is fighting for his career at this point. He's 2-4 in his last 6 fights. Moving up to light heavyweight after you look good at middleweight, it's just more undisciplined about not being able to make the weight. I'm picking Mirzakhanov by finish.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
valid.
the only reason that Costa definitely moved up was just he didn't want to have to try and make middleweight weight anymore. But I don't think it's the right decision for him moving up to light heavyweight. I think the power difference is just huge, especially because he's fighting someone like Mirzakhanov. It's not a good matchup for him, especially someone that's just moving up, getting used to the division, fighting someone with him. The power difference is going to be insane, and I reckon he's going to knock him out.
We will see. Obviously, I don't know. Part of me does want Paulo Costa to win, but I know he probably won't. But then you got to think, Azamat did really go decision with Dustin Jacoby. Like, it's a 3-round fight. I don't know. He's gonna have to hide, but that's about it.
Jacoby's
And
pretty
his
good.
losses ain't bad though. His losses ain't bad. Paulo Costa's losses are not bad, bro. Like, what is it? Sean Strickland. I can't even think of who the other one was.
Marvin
Robert
Vittori's a bad
Whitaker.
loss. Losing to Marvin Vittori that's a pretty bad loss. That's the
That
only
is a
bad
bad
one he
loss.
has, though. That's the other ones are Sean Strickland and Whitaker.
And
Those aren't
Robert
bad.
Whitaker. It's not the worst. But then beating Luke Rockhold, and that was ages ago. He hasn't really been active. Like, I mean, before this, his last fight was 8 months ago, yeah, against
Yeah.
Kopylov. That was 8 months ago. And before that, the Sean Strickland fight was a year, 9 months ago. So he's not been as active, but maybe this could just be it. Like a 2 years in light heavyweight. I mean, if he gets a win here, where does that fly him up to? Like, what ranking is
6.
Mirzakhanov?
I think
Because
Mirzakhanov's 6, isn't he?
so it's a big fly up the rankings. Like, he has a chance to do something. You know, like this could be the right decision for his career.
Could
He
be.
had a moment. He had a moment. If he would have beat Sean Strickland, where would that have put Paulo Costa? You know what I'm trying to say? And then look at what Sean Strickland's just done. Beat Fluffy and he's fighting for the belt next. Like, that could have been Paulo Costa's route. Obviously, I don't think he would have beat Fluffy, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. But yeah, no, on paper, as a match should get Paulo Costa out of there still. But then how many times has Paulo Costa been finished? And it just one time by Izzy.
Just once by Izzy, yeah, and that didn't look like Costa at all. He looked like he was half in the fight.
So I don't know, maybe another decision. But he could show some skills. He could show some skills. Who knows? He could keep him out of range, use his kickboxing skills. Like his body kicks he was landing against Kopylov were good. They looked good. Like he just looked better. I don't know how to explain it, but when I watched that fight, I felt like Paulo Costa looked better than he usually does. But nah, let me take Azamat. I will take Azamat to win that. I think the power difference is definitely crazy.
I think Azamat's the guy to finish him. Gonna give him a second finish.
Potentially. Moving on. This is a goofy ass fight, man. This fight is so goofy. Like, no matter what Dominic Reyes has done until he lost his last fight to what Ulberg, the little runny, strung together, these two are goofy fighters and they have been finished in the most goofy ways. I will never ever forget Johnny Walker getting slept by Jamal Hill. That is the most goofy knockout I've ever seen. Like, I swear down. And Johnny Walker is goofy. He's a goofy guy in general. Like, his whole character's goofy. This fight, one of them definitely are going to sleep. 100%. One of them should go sleep. But in my eyes, this is a pick-em fight. I would probably edge towards Johnny Walker.
For me here, I think it's just as much as I think Reyes is technically better and Walker is physically more imposing, the chins on the two of them are so shot. I think it will be whoever lands clean to the chin first will win. And if I'm honest, because of how Reyes seemed scared, because of the build of Ulberg in his last fight, he didn't seem as eager to engage. I think Walker might get him out of there within the first 2 minutes. I think he just bombs him with something goofy, like a flying knee or an overhand or a spinning back fist. And it's really sad, and we all cry and we all see the sad Dominic Reyes edits again. But I just see it. Walker's too big. But his chin is also short. So if Reyes bombs him back, either of them are going to sleep. But I'm picking Walker to sleep Reyes.
Yeah, I think I'd pick Walker as well. I think Dominic Reyes, he's had his title run. He fought Jones, then he's come back down, went down, he's come back up. I think this is another fight where he loses. He's too hesitant. But then if he also catches Johnny Walker within the first round, Johnny Walker's sleeping. But I think Johnny Walker's just going to come up there, blitz him, land something, and then Dominic Reyes is going to go down.
No, I'm gonna take Dominic Reyes for this fight still. I'm gonna take Dominic Reyes, like especially if I'm betting on the night. I'm gonna bet on Dominic Reyes by knockout. Genuinely, I'm not even joking with you. I don't know. I don't know. Johnny Walker's last like good moment he had. The good moment I can think of in my head was literally where he got the upset over that Zhang, the Chinese fighter, in China. That was his last fight. Yeah, he got the upset over him. But before that, his best moment he had is that flying knee attempt on Ankalaev that missed by literally like this much. If that would have landed, he could have changed the whole script. Like, that guy had the chance to change the whole script, bro. There would have never been no Alex and Ankalaev. Like, that is so weird. When I watched that, I swear down, I was so shocked they missed that because the way my man can jump with a flying knee, yeah, like his body, he is a very athletic, bro. He is very athletic. Like he can jump fucking high, bro. Like, and that flying knee was so clean. Like it was literally like it must have dismissed my man like this. Like I swear down, but no, I'm gonna take Dominic Reyes to win, man. I don't feel like I can write him off, yeah, because he got slept by Ulberg. I mean, we're gonna see what Ulberg's really on when he fights Jiri, you know? Like he could really just be this guy. He could become the champ. Like I don't want to write off Jiri. I've never been a fan of Ulberg, but I can't deny that he is somewhat good, you know?
Yeah. I mean, even the Walker finish over Zhang, I can't remember exactly how it went.
The
But
leg kick. It was something to do with his leg. He hurt his leg and he just buckled
it was
back
just
and that.
weird. And I think it's going to be another weird finish to Johnny Walker.
All right, we can agree to disagree on that one, but I'm gonna take Dominic Reyes for that 100%. But yeah, moving on next. This fight here, I did a video on this like a few weeks back when it got announced. I was shocked about this. Why is Josh Hockett beating Denzel Freeman to get fast tracked to top 5 of the heavyweight division? Like the heavyweight division is just washed. It's washed as it is. It's completely done. It's the worst division in the UFC right now, and it is genuinely it is. It's shambles. It's absolute shambles. And the fact that someone like Josh Hockett can fight Denzel Freeman and then have the potential to be top 5 after beating Curtis Blades, it just don't make no sense to me at all. Like there's no fighting at the rankings because then you got a fighter like Nathaniel Wood that's on like a 4 or 5 fight win streak right now, and this guy is still not ranked. He's still not getting no ranked opponents. He just had to fight someone scary, Cater, some scary guy, 16-1 knockout specialist, and look what he does. Like it just, I find it wrong what the UFC does sometimes with these matchmakings, yeah. But I get it at the same time, and I understand Josh Hockett is a promotable fighter. He's promotable. He seems funny. He seems like an entertainer, and he's American. Yeah, so that's another thing they're gonna push. But on paper, do I see Josh Hockett beating Curtis Blades? No, I do not. No, like I don't. I don't see him winning it at all. And everyone needs to remember that Curtis Blades is a wrestler before anything. Yeah. I don't know.
For me, Hockett's obviously, if you include his contender series win, he's 3-0 in the UFC, which with the current state of the heavyweight division, 3-0, getting a top 10 opponent would be a push, but getting top 5 is ridiculous, and it shows Hockett's promotability to the UFC is definitely something that they're looking at. But he's not beating Curtis Blades. There's no way. Curtis Blades has lost to Francis Ngannou twice,
And Sergey and Tom Aspinall.
Sergey and Tom. He only loses
Twice.
to guys that are like top of the food chain. The Derek loss is a bad look because Lewis isn't great. He's never been great, in my opinion. He's been a fluky guy who gets big finishes, but when he fights somebody that's really, really top level and won't let themselves be fluked, he beats them. Like they beat Derek Lewis.
Now, Derek Lewis slander will not be tolerated. But I agree. I do agree, yeah. I do agree. He's a hit and miss. He's a hit and miss guy, but he's still got the most knockouts in UFC history, yeah. And that's a stat he'll take probably to the grave. I don't think anyone will ever beat the amount of knockouts Derek Lewis has got. And he's had some memorable moments. Like you can't say you won't watch the Derek Lewis fight and been happy, excited to see him. Like Well, who was his last finish? It was Talisman, wasn't it? Wasn't that his
Yeah,
last
Talisman
finish?
Yeah.
Shearer. Yeah.
That was a bit fluky. That was a bit fluky, but my man was gone. G. He was
Yeah.
getting up, holding on to the cage. He's gone. It was a good stoppage, and he was gone.
Yeah, a lot of people complaining, saying it was a rubbish stoppage, but when someone pull themselves up on the cage, you have to stop the fight. You know, they don't know
Yeah,
what.
straight.
I think something that needs to be taken into context with Blades here, though, is his last 4 fights have been a loss to Sergey Pavlovich, where he tried to stand and strike with one of the best strikers in heavyweight right now. He was then taken down 9 times in 1 round by Jilton Almeida before finishing him in the 2nd round.
And that was
He's-
a weird finish as well.
Yeah.
You man remember he shoots him for the takedown. He's like
literally
near his
starts
ankle and he
smashing him in
just
the
goes
side of
like
the head.
this.
Yeah.
How do you finish someone like that?
And something
That
that's
was a
been showed about
project.
Almeida is he hasn't got the heart to be a top dog when he's put in danger.
Yeah, he's
He
scared.
moves
He's
all
scared
over.
to get violent. I thought that's what it is. He's scared to get violent, but he definitely does have the grappling skills. Like his grappling is
absolutely.
amazing, isn't it? But I can't lie, he's boring, man. And I'm glad they dropped him. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
But,
That last fight he had was embarrassing.
Blades'
embarrassing, bro.
rematch with Tom Aspinall for me, like, despite the fact it only went a minute, Blades looked decent with his straight punches, but Tom
Nah, I
just
can't
does
class
what
that.
Tom does.
I can't class that. Tom was always gonna do that, innit? He wanted to avenge that. I mean, Curtis Blades is the guy he fucked up his leg on, innit? That was the fight.
Yeah.
So I mean, bro, he was gonna get that revenge, and he wouldn't have lost the first fight if it weren't for that, you know. So let's just keep it like that.
The
Yeah, I
Rizvan Kuniev Curtis Blades fight was not a good look for Blades, but he blew both of his knees out in that fight. So he gets a pass in my book for that, especially considering Kuniev has just beat Almeida. But Blades needs a big win, and Josh Hokett's got a big name. So if Blades can go out there and put a vintage performance on and get a finish, he's right back in title contention, in my opinion.
But it's the stakes. It's the stakes of this fight. Like Curtis Blades has everything to lose. Josh Hockett has everything to win. It's just like it's kind of a lose-lose for Curtis, you know. Like if he has a lackluster performance and doesn't get the finish and it's the decision, I mean, Hockett's stock's still gonna go up regardless. You know what I'm trying to say? But where does Curtis Blades' stock goes if he has like a split decision win over Hockett? It's not gonna look that good, is it? You know.
True.
So
I mean, the UFC
go
always
on.
do this. They push a young guy that's promotable, give him someone in the top 5, which he's clearly not ready for. Top 10, still a push, but that would be a more of a viable option for them. They push him to top 5 because the heavyweight division's so bad. They want to get him to title contention quick. And then they lose to someone like this just because he's had more fights, he's more experienced, he knows what to do. And I think Curtis Blades takes him down and holds him on the ground. I think that's the way the fight goes.
I can see it. I can see it still. Like I'll have to take Curtis Blades to this fight. Yeah, like we'll move on, but I'm gonna have to take Curtis Blades to this fight because I'm not sold on the Josh Hockett hype yet. But then I don't know. Potential. There's potential there. Like this could be one of the gems of the card, and 100%. This could be a gem. Like if Josh Hockett somehow does knock out Curtis Blades, I'll give him his flowers 100%, and I won't go against him, and I will be excited to see what the future holds for him. You know what I'm trying to say?
The way
But
that the
yeah.
heavyweight division's being match made, don't be surprised if Mario Pinto gets a fucking title shot next.
Potentially, but yeah. So who you lot picking for this fight? Curtis Blades, yeah.
Blades by finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Blades too, but I wouldn't be shocked if Josh Hockett gets a robbery decision or somehow manages to piece up Curtis Blades, which I don't think will happen because he's a smaller fighter. But yeah, moving on, we've got the co-main now, the first title fight of the night. And I mean, I spoke about this to you lot last night, and I said what I think. I like Joshua Van. I love Joshua Van, let me say. I watched his whole career from the first fight since joining the UFC and that. And he's done amazing things. Bear in mind the Charles Johnson knockout loss. Same alone there. Like I feel like that just added to the plot and made everything a lot better because boy, that is just some storyline stuff there. But see Tatsuro Taira. I don't know. I said it to you guys last night. I feel like he's been improving a lot. Yeah. He went 5 rounds with Royval. And I know it looked like Joshua Van was gonna finish Royval in the 3rd round and that, yeah, but it still would have carried on to a 4th and potentially a 5th, yeah, if it was a 5 rounder. I mean, since that fight for Tatsuro Taira, he's definitely improved. That he's definitely improved, and he finished Brandon Moreno, yeah. And we have just seen Brandon Moreno get beat up but not finished by Lorna Kavanagh. So, I mean, but I have to take the side of Tatsuro Taira because another thing I haven't really seen Joshua Van like get taken down or fight someone that's like a grappling specialist. Like I'm pretty sure he fought that other Asian guy, and he's like the only guy that's like a wrestler, grappler sort of style. I can't think of what his name is. What's his name?
Mason Europe.
Ray Tatsuro, whatever it is. That's the only guy that he's fought that's like similar style to Tatsuro Taira, but nowhere near the level of Tatsuro Taira. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. And I personally, I'll say this to anyone. I don't think Joshua Van was going to beat Pantoja. I mean, yeah, cool. He got the belt and that and how he won it, but no one wants to win a belt like that, innit? No one does, yeah.
Well,
It was unlucky.
Clearly, Joshua Van did, getting up on the cage, banging his chest and stuff. You know,
He's a young kid. He's a young kid. He's young. He's young though, bro. He's young. He's like us. He's young, bro. If he was to win the UFC title, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't care if someone dropped a brick on his head or a bird fell on him. Do you get what you're not gonna care once you get that gold belt. You're still a kid. You're still young. That's your dream, bro. Like that's their dream, innit? Like their dreams come true, regardless if it was not the way he wanted it to. But yeah, I do think that was to have gone 5 rounds or even 3. I reckon Pantoja would have got a sub on him. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I genuinely believe he would have got sub by Pantoja that fight. And this is what I think happens this fight. I reckon Tatsuro Taira will find a sub. He will find a way to backpack him or something. Like he will make Joshua Van uncomfortable. I know it. I know he will. And Joshua Van is only good if he can throw his combinations on you. If you're slowing down the combinations, hugging him, stopping him, is all he like. I don't know. I don't like. What do you guys think? I want to hear your opinions because I am stuck.
For me, the finishing threat in this fight is all Taira. Taira has finished most of his opponents in the UFC. Meanwhile, if you don't include the Pantoja finish, which it's not a finish, it shouldn't be classed as a TKO. Joshua Van's finished 2 guys in the UFC. Like, realistically for me, I think Van has to be perfect for 5 rounds to beat a guy like Taira. And I don't see that happening. I think Taira will get him down, and I think he will potentially take Van on the floor just due to the size of him. I can see Van very similar to how Pyfer finished Izzy last weekend, where he had him pinned, he was sat on him, and he was cooked the side of the head. I think we'll see a very similar finish to that potentially in the 3rd round for Taira here. I don't rate Joshua Van. I think Brandon Royval is just a very good athlete with decent boxing. And I think the new era of flyweight, you see what Manel Kape's just done to Brandon Royval. I think Manel Kape beats both these guys on the same night.
I like that. I like Manel Kape here, but one thing I'll say about flyweight, yeah, this is one thing, and I hope you don't agree as fellow Brits, yeah, but I can't lie. The real champ of the flyweight division is Muhammad Mokaev, bro. I'm not lying. He's the real champ. He should have never got dropped. I believe that guy is the best flyweight in the world. I do. And you're talking about Kape. Who beat Kape? And I know that fight was awful. That fight was awful because then man were giving it all of this before and then didn't perform. And then that's what happened. He got dropped. Huh?
I was at that fight. Yeah, it was really, really awful.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that fight there was meant to be hype. These men were fighting in hotels before and that making it look like it's gonna be some mad war. They've got mad beef, but no, it wasn't. They're pulling down shorts in the cage and all sorts. It was not what it should have been. Yeah. Obviously, Muhammad Mokaev walked away with the win, but he got dropped from the UFC after. So It's a weird one. Will we see Muhammad Mokaev get back in the UFC? Probably soon. But the way the flyweight division looks right now, with Horiguchi versus Kape next. It does look like Kape's going to get that title. I can't lie.
I mean, Mokaev's fighting again soon, isn't it? May on that Netflix card.
He's fighting Adriano Martinez.
The guy that fought DJ in the trilogy. Yeah, and I mean that's a good fight. That Netflix card is a good card, but at the same time it means nothing. And for Muhammad Mokaev, I mean if he loses that fight, to lose outside of the UFC is just gonna be not looking good, man, for him. So he needs to make sure he fucking gets that job done. Like, genuinely, he needs to get that job done.
For me, personally, my interest in flyweight is absolutely zero until I see Pantoja get back and I see whoever wins this fight, I see the winner of this fight beat Pantoja or Pantoja beats them. I don't think this fight should have been made. I think it's incredibly disrespectful to Pantoja to give one of his title contenders a title fight with somebody that realistically should have been kept on the sidelines until the rematch was ready with Pantoja.
Well, saying that, yeah, they do have to keep the division going, innit? Like they can't just bring it to a halt because of that. And I
He
mean,
did it
you're
with
saying you ain't
heavyweights.
got you don't have no interest in flyweight because I think flyweight's cooking right now,
For
especially
me,
after seeing Kavanaugh versus Brandon Moreno last week or a few weeks ago. That had me excited because the people at the top right now, but look, I'll read them out. This is the top six, yeah. We got Lona Kavanaugh at six. We got Hiraguchi at fifth, yeah, Brandon Royval at fourth, and then obviously Tatsuro Taira's at third and Joshua Van's champ, but this fight's booked now, yeah. And then obviously at second, you got Kat, and then Pantoja's obviously still first ranked, isn't it? And you got to remember, Pantoja is a smart guy. He's old, yeah. He probably doesn't have a long time left, yeah. He's not gonna rush coming back from that injury, you know. Like that's a serious injury. He don't need to rush coming back from that. So this fight happening doesn't mean anything because if UFC disrespect him and when he's ready to come back, they don't just throw him the title shot, even before that Hiraguchi cap winner, yeah, because that should be who fights for the belt next, right? Like, would you guys agree that the winner
Yeah.
of Hiraguchi versus Cap fights for the belt, winner of this fight? But at the same time, if Pantoja's ready to come back in like 2 months, 3 months after this fight, then they've got to give the winner of this to Pantoja, 100%. Like, they can't disrespect him because, in my opinion, Pantoja's the flyweight GOAT. Like, he is. And I know DJ is probably the GOAT of MMA, yeah, because I think he's the best all-round MMA fighter, yeah. But if we're talking UFC and what Pantoja's done, like, this guy's beat most people in the top 15, like, once or twice. You do understand that? Like, he cleared the whole division, and this division is definitely way more skilled than when DJ was in the division, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's just put it like that. So, yeah.
I mean, I think
Like I said, what's your
this is like when Pantoja fought Kaisakura. I'm not comparing Taira to Pantoja, nothing like that. But just Kaisakura is known for his kickboxing, good Japanese kickboxer, and the grappling Pantoja just dominated him on the ground, on the feet.
badly?
But I think that's just because Pantoja's so good. You can't compare Taira to Pantoja, nothing close.
Yeah, but that Asakura is so bad though as well.
Yeah,
Is that who you're on about? Because
Yeah.
Kai Asakura, he got subbed out by Pantoja, but he is meant to be some demon in Risen, and then Tim Elliott subs you. You are no longer scary.
exactly.
You are no longer scary. Like,
But
bro,
it's just
please
based on
go
style.
to the back of the line.
Just based on style wise, I think Taira just gets it on the ground because Joshua Van, he's a good counter striker. When someone throws something, he throws back, and then they stop throwing whatever he's throwing. Like in the Silver fight, everything Silver was throwing, Van was countering it, and then he stopped throwing, and that's how did Van get the knockout in that fight? He did.
Yeah, he did. Like, I think it was round 3 though.
Yeah, round 3. That's how he got it. I don't think that works against Taira just because he's so big. I think he gets to the ground, subs him, or I can see a TKO getting him flatten him out on his back and smashing his head in. But I don't think Joshua Van wins this.
Yeah, I mean, oh, yeah, no, I'm taking Tatsuro Taira to win this fight. I am, you guys. I'm backing him. I swear down, I believe in it. I believe. Will this be the first Japanese champion, or am I wrong? I'm pretty sure that this
In the
might be if
UFC,
he
I
is to
think
win
so.
it. Yeah. So I can't lie. I'm taking him to do it. Still taking him to do it. So what are you guys picking? Tyra or
Taira.
Van?
Taira.
But I also
We can
wouldn't
all
be
agree with
surprised
that.
if Van pulled something off. It wouldn't be like absolute like upset if Van did pull something off, kept it on the feet, and then got a close, even split decision. I do see.
Taira dislocates his elbow.
Pardon?
Taira dislocates his elbow.
Yeah. Tyler dislocates his elbow, or they both knock each other out in the same round. Now, I don't see it happening. I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen.
Joshua Van could put it on him though. Like if Tatsu don't get this, like if Tyra don't get this to the floor, yeah, kind of early. I don't know. I have a feeling, yeah, that Tyra's body's weak, as in like I reckon Joshua Van could make him forward with a body shot or two. Like I can't lie, if he manages to string together one of his like 5-punch combinations and manage to get like 2 body shots in, he might he might start making him look like a shell of himself, if you get what I'm trying to say. That's what I could see it going like. But other than that, I think if he does get Joshua Van down to the ground, I don't reckon Joshua Van's gonna get up that quick. And if he does get down, he might actually end up just staying there till the end of the round.
I'll give you a fight that I think this is going to be very similar to that was recent. Just based off body types, fight styles, I can see this being very similar to Charles versus Max.
Okay. See, that is actually a very good tape, bro. That's a good tape. Do you know what? I'm seeing it. Like, I can literally envision it being like that because, like you said, this is genuinely striker versus grappler. This is, and I wouldn't say Taira's skills are as good as Charles Oliveira's, obviously. But that being said, for the flyweight division, who is a better grappler than Taira? Maybe Pantoja.
Pantoja,
That's the only person I could put above him. So yeah, you know what? Hey, you might have cooked with that, Liz. You might have cooked. I can't lie, because I think that's a good shout. This could go very similar to that. Very similar. 5 rounds too. Who knows? So yeah, I'm gonna take Tyra for that. Literally, I'll take Tyra. But yeah, moving on. Main event of the night. I mean,
let's go for that.
we already all know who we're backing. We already know. We can't go against him. We're taking Jiri all day. Like Jiri is just that guy. I mean, if I see him come champion one more time, just one more time, I will shed a tear. Like I will shed a tear at him getting that belt wrapped around him and that. He is a legend. He is like Charles Oliveira. You can't love MMA and not like Jiri. You can't. Like you literally can't. This guy is just different. He's just unique. Like there is no one like this guy in the UFC. He is just a madman. And I don't know, just something about his career is just intriguing to watch it all unfold, especially like the Alex Pereira situation. Like, do you know what I find quite bad? Like, he actually still believes he can beat Alex Pereira. Like, everybody knows he probably will never beat
Yeah, but
Alex
you
Pereira.
have to. If you're a fighter, you can't think, oh, I won't beat him. I won't be that. If the UFC come to you and say, do you want to fight this guy? You're going to say, yeah. Usually, I mean, there are times where you kind of would say no, but you have to be in your head thinking, yeah, I'd beat this guy. I'd beat everyone in my division. Even if you're on a 5-star, even if like Tony Ferguson, you've lost like your last 7 fights, you have to think, I'm going to beat the next guy. Because if you don't, you've already lost the fight. If you go in there thinking this guy's going to beat me, that's half the fight done. You're just going to absolutely fold. So, yeah, if he believes he can beat Alex Pereira, I don't ever see him beating Pereira. But then at the same time, who in light heavyweight does beat Pereira?
Just the odd one loss. Literally like the odd one loss that Ankalaev lost, but he was injured that fight, so I don't even class that.
Exactly.
But
I mean, the Ankalaev fight, it was rubber. It was boring. I personally thought that Pereira did do enough to win it, but I don't think it was a robbery. I think it could have been scored either way. It was a unanimous decision, though, wasn't it? Was it unanimous? Yeah, I think it would a split decision or even a draw would be more likely, but I wouldn't class it as a robbery. And then the fact that Pereira came back and did that to Ankalaev shows he wasn't just chatting rubbish. He actually was ill. He actually did.
He's a serious guy. He is a serious guy. Like
exactly.
I can't lie, Alex Pereira, that's a scary, scary guy, bro. Like if he can continue this run into the heavyweight division, yeah. Yeah, genuinely. Like, bro, and if he's not the UFC GOAT, then bro, they gotta give him a title of like most entertaining fighter in the shortest amount of time.
I mean,
because what this guy's done in like 3-4 years is crazy.
He is definitely top 5. The fact that he's done all this after coming off of a good career at Glory Kickboxing at the age that he's at as well, to do all this, I think
even getting knocked out by Izzy at middleweight, like getting knocked out by Izzy to just move up and win the lightweight belt, do something that Izzy couldn't do, because what did Izzy do? Moved up and lost to Jan. Who does Alex move up and fight? Jan. Even though that fight was close, I will be honest, I'm not very biased like that. That Jan fight versus Alex was very close, but I still would have gave it to Alex, yeah. But I can say the same as that Carlos Ulberg fight versus Jan. It was close.
I think Jan beat Carlos Ulberg in that fight.
Exactly, but bro, they've been robbing Jan. They've been doing that to Jan, bro. They've been robbing him for so many fights, bro. Like
I think they've been pushing just the contenders, but you can see it. Like you can see the contenders that they're pushing. I think even in the Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige fight, they pushed their own to win. It could have been a bit closer. I think they like to push young guys to win, and even though they're not bribing the judges are going to know about the UFC. They're going to be entertained by the UFC. They're not going to be like sitting there. This is my job. I hate my job. I have to sit there and watch this thing. They're going to be like, oh, I like the sport. The judges are gonna want someone to win. That's just how it is. It's not like they're gonna sit at home, not know who their ref, not know anything about the fighters. They're gonna know
No,
who.
100, 100. But you're saying that, yeah. But Jan, his last 4 fights, bro. Yeah, his last 4 fights. They in 2022, that was when he fought Ankalaev, yeah, that 5-round fight, and that was for the belt, yeah. And they gave that a draw. But I will say something. There was something dodgy going on with that because that was the time when all that Russian stuff was going around, like all the war Russian stuff, and I just think they didn't want to give it to Ankalaev because he's Russian, because that would have gave a Russian champion. That is what my mindset was at the time of that year, so they gave it a draw. But personally,
Makachev had just beat beat Oliveira though.
and yeah, but you can't. If it's on paper, bro, that was a finish. You can't erase that. If it's going decision, that's when it gets a bit techie, innit?
All these Russian Dagestanis, they're all on PEDs.
Probably, but whatever they're doing, they know what they're doing,
if
bro.
you see, who was it? The guy in the PFL, Islam Khabib's teammate, won the title. Next day, popped for so many PEDs, got his shipped off him. If somebody in your training camp, if they're on the amount of steroids and performance-enhancing drugs that they are, there's got to be some sort of, obviously I don't know what the word is. It's like the culture, not a culture, but it's the culture of the gym is. If everyone was like no PEDs, nothing, like at my MMA gym, if you were to ever get popped doing that, you're gone. There's nothing. You wouldn't.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I reckon there's some people in their gym doing it, but then when it comes to people like Islam, like I just doubt it.
You never
man.
know. I mean, he did get caught putting he got a weird amount of what's it called, saline in his blood, which is a known way to get rid of PEDs and to get rid of steroids, and it's so easy to get rid of these things. If you look at the have any of you seen the documentary Icarus on Netflix?
No, I can't lie. One thing I don't really know loads about the PED stuff and that. I know there is ways that they can make it.
Oh yeah.
So when they do have their test on that, it's not there.
Documentary. It's called Icarus. So basically, it's about the cyclist that popped for loads of steroids and stuff. That big scandal, and it turns out it was a Russian state-funded thing to get this scientist to just push out all these steroids into all the Russian Olympic athletes to get them to win all the Olympics. And that was from Putin. That was from the president. I'm gonna get killed for saying this now, but the guy that the lead scientist is now under witness protection because Russia's still trying to kill him in America. And Putin, when Khabib won the title, most of the money that he got came from the president. It came from Putin. He gave him land, he gave him cars, he gave him everything. I just think,
guys. So I think Jiri is going to finish. Jiri's going to finish Ulberg. Jiri's going to Jiri all over Ulberg. For me, Carlos has very close technical kickboxing fights, very similar to Izzy when he was in his title reign. Like I've rewatched this morning. I've rewatched the Volkan Oezdemir and Jan Blachowicz fights. Very, very close fights. Especially when you look at what Jiri did to Volkan, where he separated him from consciousness. Ulberg will be winning this fight. He's so much better. Like he's got a better jab, a better straight, a better hook, a better kick, a better rear side kick. Like,
so what are you saying? We're gonna see Jiri get pieced up 4 rounds and then round 5 just demon Jiri appears.
Yeah,
because bro, that Khalil Rountree fight. Don't ever tell me he was not 2 rounds down. He was 2 rounds down.
He was 2 rounds down.
He was getting dominated. Personally, I don't understand that fight, yeah, because I was watching it. And when I was watching it, I was like, going into round 3, I was like, rah, like, Khalil's actually, like, leveled up. That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, rah, he leveled up like this. Like, he took that loss to Alex, man. He's just trying to come back on crud, yeah? Like, because he was bullying him, bro. He was bullying him. Like, I watched the fight back. He was bullying him for them 2 rounds. To then just, like, did he gas? Like, what happened to Khalil Rountree, bro? Like, he just managed to just turn it on him, and he actually killed him. Like, Jiri flatlined Khalil.
This is not a sport to Jiri Procházka. This is his way of life now. And for me, in all of his fights, you watch his His fight with Volkanovski, he's losing it. He comes back.
Bro,
He looks like
fuck that. His fight with Glover, bro. His
all
fight
of
with
them.
Glover's where it
All
all
of them.
started, bro. Where he won the fucking belt for the first time. Bro, wasn't he like at least 3-1 down in that fight,
Yeah.
bro, until the 5th round? And even the 5th round, that annoys me because don't Glover do some stupid shit. Like, don't Glover have him in a sub and he didn't even need to go for a sub. He could have just left
Yeah,
it, go
he
in
went for a
decision.
guillotine.
He goes for the sub and then like, don't he shake him off and then he just ends up on top and
Yeah.
tumbles to his fight.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but that is definitely what happened. Yeah, he's a late bloomer, innit? Let's just say that. He's a late bloomer. He always manages to snatch something out when he's down, which is very weird. And I don't feel like that will be good to be in that predicament against Ulberg.
Ulberg does not want to get in a messy fight, and he's very similar. Ulberg is very, very similar to Izzy when he had the title. He's very quick jab, quick low kick, move around, circle at range, throw a body kick. He's very much like that. For me, if you get in Ulberg's face, is it like Jiri will, it's going to make him uncomfortable. He's going to start to panic. He's going to make defensive mistakes. I think late round 2, round 3, it's going to be all Jiri, and it's just going to be an absolute, it's going to be a messy fight for Ulberg. If he can't bite down on his gum shield and go, let's go bang for bang, he's fucked. Straight up, like, he is absolutely fucked, because we've seen one of the best Muay Thai fighters, technically, in the UFC, unable to last 3 rounds with Jiri, despite winning the first 2 in Khalil. We've seen Alex Pereira in the first fight, when Jiri was getting in his face, was boxing him up against the fence up until he got clipped. Ulberg does not have that nuclear one shot, could knock out a horsepower like Pereira does.
No, he's
And
much
he
more.
got knocked out. He got knocked out by Kennedy. Like,
Kennedy
that
and
is so
yeah.
sus, bro. That's so sus for his only loss. And if you do look at his record, yeah, if you look at Ulberg's record, yeah, the people that he did knock out at the start weren't really of a top 15 caliber to even say that. Yeah, like, they weren't the best opponents. And when he did start facing better opponents, like you said, the Volkan and even the Yan fight, like, bro, he's not getting no finish in them fights, bro. He's going decision. So it does show.
He knocked out Alonzo Manyfield, who literally
Yeah, but Alonzo
ran at him.
Manyfield, bro, come on now.
Literally ran at him, and Dominic Reyes would get knocked out by a strong gust of wind. So I don't rate that. I feel like if you are top level, you're knocking Dominic Reyes out in that fashion, similar to what Jiri did. Jiri highlighted him, obviously, but
Yeah.
I'm picking Jiri easily here. I'm picking Jiri to get pieced up for the first round and a half, and then it's going to be all him. And as soon as the momentum switches, I can say Ulberg realizing he can't win a robbery 3-round decision, and he's still got another 3.5 rounds with this bloke. Jiri finishes him.
Yeah, this will be on the feet though. This will stay completely on the feet, and I don't know. I do see Jiri losing round 1 and 2, 100%. I just hope he don't get clipped. Like, I hope he don't get hurt.
He will get
lose in 2 rounds.
That's the thing,
Yeah, but
he
I don't want to see him
will-
like, I don't know. Part of me just thinks, yeah, the circumstances change for this fight when it comes to that finish, because, like you said, it's for the belt, and both these people that are fighting for the belt are in a way blessed that Alex Pereira has vacated that. Yeah, that's the truth. They're blessed. So right now, it really is for either of them to just rewrite the history. And I mean, Ulberg's the one that ain't had gold before, bro. He's gonna want that.
I think we're going to see Yuri's going to get hurt. He's going to get clipped. You're going to be like, oh, Ulberg could finish him here. And it just doesn't happen. And
As a Jiri fan, it's probably just going to be an emotional roller coaster, innit? Let's be honest, from start to finish.
Every
each of them will have their, you're going to have their moments, but Yuri's going to get the finish. I'm 100% sure. I bet the whole house on Jiri. Jiri, my go, he's getting the finish.
I hope so. I really do hope so, bro.
For me, yeah, if Jiri beats Ulberg, yeah, I feel I want to talk about this. Ankalaev obviously is meant to be fighting again soon. If he beats whoever he's fighting,
Who's he fighting?
with, I don't know. It's rumored to be Robert Whittaker. But
I heard that.
If Ankalaev does
so
end up, if Jiri does fight Ankalaev, who do you think wins that?
Ankalaev.
What?
I do.
Ankalaev, he's got no fight in him. He gets clipped by a big shot and he quits. That's exactly what happened against.
I don't know, bro.
Jiri has got decent takedown defense. I would love Yuri to win. I feel like Ankalaev could.
Ank's not a wrestler though.
Exactly. No, he's not a wrestler, but he can. He just wants to hold you against the fence.
Yeah, he likes to hug, bro. He
Russian-
likes to hug, and he's dominant when he does that, bro. He likes to do that hugging against the cage stuff. Hug you, push you against the cage,
But
and
then
he's heavy, bro.
I think that he hasn't got the fight like some of these actual fighters do. He's not an actual fighter. He gets clipped, like what you're saying, Lewis. He gets clipped, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore." But I think Yuri's just gonna. He will clip him. Yuri's gonna be fighting through it, pushing through it, and then he's gonna clip Ankalaev, and he's gonna drop. But I think if Yuri wins this fight, he's gonna fight Ankalaev, and I think we're gonna see that fight soon.
The only guy I think in this division that could legitimately shut Yuri's lights out is Mirzakhanov.
I was literally about to say, because you
So
was
was
about to
I.
say Ankalaev next year, but if Ankalaev is booked against Robert, if my man knocks out Paulo Costa, the chances of him getting fast tracked for the title shot next is 50-50, I'd say,
Yeah.
because the state of the UFC.
If Ankalaev has a stinker, with Robert Whittaker, then we're getting Mirzakhanov versus the winner of this.
Bro, literally looking at the rankings now, yeah. Mirzakhanov is 6th, yeah, and then you
Yeah.
obviously look, you got Yan, and Yan's meant to be having a rematch against Bogdan again, so that fight won't be there. Then you got Khalil Rountree, he ain't gonna fight fucking Jiri again, is he? And then Ulberg and Ankalaev, and I mean, to be honest, that don't make sense though. Why would Ankalaev, number 1 ranked, fight Robert Whittaker coming up a weight? That don't make no sense at all. That personally, that won't be the fight that makes. So maybe he just waits out until winner of
I
this
think
fight.
it should be Jamal Hill
takes it.
versus Robert Whittaker.
Jamal Hill, bro, he fell off, man. He fell off. I was never a big fan of him though, to be honest. But
You were one of the worst.
yeah,
One of the worst UFC champions.
His footwork is so fucking bad.
he's so flat-footed, isn't it? He's flat-footed.
Crossing his feet and that.
After the amount of training that you do, how is that even possible? Like the first thing you nail is footwork, or not even you don't have to have amazing footwork. Just don't cross your feet. That's the thing you don't do. You don't cross your feet. You don't make sure your feet are too close together. You keep an equal distance.
He does have a mash-up knee, innit? He done had a mash-up knee for a while, and even when he fought Khalil Rountree, Khalil was bad through that leg, bro. Like, he looked poor in that fight. Now, I feel sorry for him, innit? I can't lie. I don't think he'll ever be the same. Like, that knee injury probably did ruin him, yeah? But before that, there's no denying that he had power, and he was knocking out a few men. Like I said, that Johnny Walker knockout will always stay in my mind, because that was so funny how his body reacted. Like, he just fucking jumps out, and that was so mad. Like, that knockout is still mad to this day. But yeah, Jiří Ulberg, I guess we're all gonna go with Jiří. We have to, but like we said, prepared to be in that roller coaster.
Yeah, no, put the house on
literally,
Yuri,
because-
watch him get hurt, start crying, think you're gonna lose your house, and then watch Yuri comes back and wins it. Now you're a millionaire. I can't even.
Honestly, a quick question for that fight, yeah. Betting wise, yeah, just for the fans that like a bet, yeah. Over 2.5 or under 2.5?
Over. Yuri over
Over.
2.5.
Over, 100% over.
I reckon a late finish as well. I reckon between round 4 and 5 it will be a finish, man.
I reckon 3.
It would be typical Jiri though to just lose 3 rounds and just finish him in round 5 because of fatigue or something. Like that would be classic Jiri, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even.
This is Ulberg's first. Ulberg's obviously had that fight with Reyes scheduled for 5 rounds, but it was never going to go past 1. For me, this is like, Yuri's going to be there late in that fight. Are you going to be there with him, or are you going to be fucked getting pieced up?
Yeah, and he will. I think he will. I don't think he's going to last. I think it'll be round 3. I reckon it'll be round. I don't think he's going to go to round 5. I think it'll be around 3 or 4 knockout for Jiri. That's my predictions. But I can't even watch this fight. I've got a K1 fight the next day on a Sunday, so I can't even stay up and watch this live. This is like the best card. I think I've got Chris Padilla. He's an absolute G. I've got his walkout hoodie somewhere. I've got Jiri, my favorite fighter of all time. It's just such a good card. I can't even watch it.
Yeah, you're probably gonna miss one of the best cards, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It's in between that, or like, do I just stay up and watch it and then try and get like a few hours sleep because we weigh in at the same day? I've got to weigh in at 10 a.m. and then a fight at like 3 p.m.
Nah,
So,
bro, don't do that, man.
No, I can't risk it.
Don't do that. You'll be, bro. If you
Risk-
lose that,
risk-
you'll be
risk-
beating yourself
risk-
up, thinking I should have got
blame
that.
Jiri.
So do not do that, bro. You gotta put that first,
Just
man.
blame Jiri. If I lose, just blame Jiri. that it's your fault.
Do you know what? If I was you, yeah, bro, I can't lie. When you wake up that morning, don't
just
even
watch
go
it.
on
Yeah,
social
that's what
media.
I'm
No,
thinking.
don't go on social media. Go
No,
have your fight and then watch them back. Go have your K1 fight and then go watch them fight.
Yeah,
Because if
just
Jiri
fight
somehow
him.
loses, that might affect the whole storyline, bro.
Yeah, because if he loses, I'm going to the fight. I'm just gonna be thinking about you losing. I'm gonna be too upset that I can't even look at it.
Yeah, but yeah, that would be my conclusion or our conclusion of UFC 327, man. 100%.
Let's
Call
go
it
for
a
that.
wrap.
Let's go for that. 100%.
Let's go for that.
100%. Get him down in fights. He's got two crazy guys from his village.
Two
He's gonna
crazy
show him
guys
some-
from